So what I want to say with all this stuff with COVID going on, there's been a lot of businesses, I want to say, got caught with their pants down, so to speak, that they didn't have their tech up. They weren't ready for this shift. So I think a lot of companies weren't embracing innovation, even restaurants. Oh, well, we don't have to worry about being online or having delivery for our food and connecting to DoorDash and Grubhub and all these places that now all of a sudden you were forced to be pushed into technology. Did you see a lot of that going on? With COVID, that businesses were like, oh my gosh, we have to jump in?
I did, unfortunately, and I can speak for the group of the sampling, which is my client base, which is
Mhm.
several hundred companies. There's, I don't know, 80% of those people, and I think it is representative of the larger sampling of every business out there that's a small or medium business. Um, Budget usually, and the thinking about spending on IT usually restricts people from doing what they probably should do. And what
Mhm.
people should have done is been more prepared. You couldn't have seen this coming, but working remotely, working from home, working from wherever you might be, it's always been something we all do, but it's something that it's like an afterthought. And our position was always like risk management, and here's what you should be doing. And so we saw so many people, that other 20% or so, that weren't ready and that had to scramble. And I can tell you, I don't know, a couple of law firms that we have as clients that, and most law firms are very cost conscious because partners want to make their money. But at the end
Mhm.
of the day, if you can't bill, if you can't work because there's an outage, you can't make money. So we saw several law firms who all of a sudden had to go to a work from home, and they just weren't ready. They were using things like log me in and go to my PC, like things that work, but they're not meant to support the type of work from home that people are doing. And I know it happened to certainly restaurants. Well, restaurants are different. They shut down. But professional services businesses, we saw so many people not prepared, scrambling at the last minute. Some of them calling us, but I'm sure every IT company out there was very busy April, May, and June.
Yeah.
And it's because people weren't ready. And honestly, I think that they weren't ready because they're not taking the advice of their trusted advisors. And the hardest thing to do sometimes is for me to look somebody in the face or into the computer screen and say, I understand that you don't want to budget for this, but you need to understand that if you don't, the risk is XYZ. And if you go down for an entire day and you can't bill, if you're a lawyer, $350 an hour times however many lawyers, is it what costs you more? Not being able to bill or being prepared for the inevitable power outage? If you're in New Jersey in the middle of the winter, icicles bring power lines down, internet goes down all the time. Like, you've got to be prepared. And if you don't think it's going to happen to you, it's going to happen to you. Like, you need to be ready for it. You don't think your house is going to burn down, but you buy homeowners insurance.
Right.
It's the same thing. You have to do it, except this is more real. Your house isn't going to burn down, but you are going to need to be prepared for something you might bring up, which is cybersecurity breaches.
Mhm.
Like, you have to have a budget and you got to think about it. And if you think it's not going to happen to you, I guarantee you it's going to happen to you.